And if you don't believe me, because people looking at her like, God damn, I thought she'd never shut up. And people even giving her that hint, like, let's get out of here before she starts saying some other shit.
No way to know when she's awake or asleep.
Christ, is that the time?
That dude said, Christ.
That guy's my hero.
That dude said, they didn't say, geez, look what time. He's like, Christ, is that the time? Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. This Haunting of Bly Manor, been reading a lot of good reviews for this, both from critics and from the regular viewers out there. And I just gotta tell you, man, I don't get it. So a lot of people came in here looking for something that was a continuation of what was hailed as one of the scariest series on Netflix, which I didn't watch that because I got bored with that shit too. Now,
I was so glad to hear you say that because when I had people recommend it to me, when I told them, like, yeah, I got bored in the first episode, they were like, oh, man, you're breaking my heart.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry.
yeah, a lot of people did say that if you kept watching The Haunting of Hill House, it got better. And I was willing to do that. So I thought with this, since we're going to talk about it, let me go in and watch the whole thing. I did, and I don't understand what the y'all are talking about. I really do not. Now, maybe if I discuss this with everybody around here, maybe I will come around, maybe I'll find out something about myself where I finally get it. I don't know. But I was just very bored with this, and I would like to go in and talk about why. I'm not going to be one of those people like, well, it was stupid and boring. No, I'll go into some details to try to explain to you why I did not see what everybody else saw with this. Let's go and watch the trailer, which actually, when I saw the trailer for this, we watched it for the Daily Double Talk. I was very interested in this. I said, this looks very creepy.
I've seen things. It's like I'm in hell.
You've heard me talk about how much I'm not crazy about movies as much as I am about television and streaming. I love it that TV and streaming is allowing for longer stories, longer character development, more depth. God damn it, if you said what you got to say, get the out.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, normally I'd be like, all right, long form. We really get to explore some things. And this is the time where, no, that worked backwards. Because I was like, if this was a movie, it would get in and say what it's got to say. It ain't saying nothing new. There's not a new thought going on here.
I knew it. The moment you say, man, I love this, somebody going to come in and just show you how much you don't.
Right? You like that?
Yeah.
Let's see about that.
I just got through saying every week, man, I love television. Boy, we get deeper with everything. I love long form. And they're like, yeah, well, there's too goddamn long. And this is it.
Yeah, what if we took a 2-hour movie and stretched it out to 9 hours?
Now, actually, I'll be fair. If you want to take credits and opening credits and all that stuff off, it's about 8 hours. I'll give it that. I'm gonna be fair.
Maybe 7.
But can I still say that 8 hours is still too long? It's to people. Okay, maybe it's just me. Look, because I'm gonna tell you, man, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it that much. I just really thought like I got some shit to do.
I was that same way. I'm like, it's not like I'm hating this. I'm continuing to watch it, but every time I stop, I go like, man, I'm 3 episodes in, and this hasn't said shit.
Man, there's some parts of this I really admired, man. And y'all must
very well shot.
Yeah, no, y'all. I respect the work. Apparently, y'all do too. You want to show all 8 hours of that bullshit. You didn't want to spare nothing, did you? Y'all proud than a motherfucker.
About all this wardrobe, we're going to stretch this out.
Yeah. But Netflix has a problem. Netflix has a shut the fuck up problem. Netflix needs to know with these series how to shut the fuck up. 8 hours is too long for some of these things. You don't need to do that. Ever since Daredevil, everything got to be 8 to 13 episodes, and we don't need that.
I know. It was nice when they dropped from 13 to 8 on some series, but now even 8 is seeming a little bit like, yeah, you could probably do this in 6.
Yeah.
6 would be good. I'm good with that. Or if you want to do 8, just make them half hours.
Yeah, man.
Like, got it. 13.
Yeah, this is that. I'm not gonna keep harping on this, but this is at least 8 hours of our life that doesn't need to be this long. You know, from a writing perspective, this is what they talk about, where things can just, lean writing, man. Somebody told them you have a quota to fill at least these many episodes. Somebody came in and that was a requirement. So I'm not going to blame the filmmakers. Somebody told you have to make it this long. I think Netflix is playing a numbers game. So that's why they did it. And as a result, I think the writing suffered because it's not very lean at all. Shit, even the people in the movie got bored.
Leaving the only trace of who she once was.
God damn, we thought this bitch would never shut up.
Was she even invited?
By the way, whoo, Carla Gugino, Miss Get in where she fitting, boy. Oh, yeah. Do you want to do? Yes. Yes. I'll take that job too. God damn, sit down somewhere. Yeah. I mean, as fine as she is, just sit your ass down somewhere.
Well, let somebody else get some work.
For real.
Like this is good for her because I think she was in the last one. And
I'm sure she was.
And she was in the last one, and everybody.
Yeah, I guess they're doing like an American Horror Story thing where they're
trying to.
Bring the same cast back for playing different characters.
But don't do American Horror Story like that, man. That's a good show.
No, you're right.
And I can tell you, people. And if you don't believe me, because people looking at her like, God damn, I thought she'd never shut up, and people even giving her that hint, like, let's get out of here before she starts saying some other shit.
No way to know when she's awake or asleep.
Christ, is that the time?
That dude said, Christ.
That dude, my hero.
That dude said, they didn't say, geez, look what time. He's like, Christ, is that the time? Jesus, are you done?
Hey, man. Hey, she didn't catch any of the subtle cues, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all can sit here.
Yeah.
That dude said, Jesus Christ, is that the time? He wasn't trying to be nice at all.
That's what a dude says when he wakes up next to a girl he didn't want to. Woo, is that time?
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, is that Christ? Not whoa. Look at the time. Wow, it's getting late. No, Jesus, it's late. Look at the time.
He didn't even put that because you actually put some feeling into it as if you were genuinely upset. He was just like, Christ, look at the time.
Yeah. Anybody else catching the hint? Shut up. Don't you say another thing. Don't ask a question. No. Don't get us wound up again.
Exactly. Don't start a new one. Oh.
I'm ending this.
Yeah, exactly.
About enough.
Everybody slowly get up and back the out.
Okay, I find she'll go on all night.
But he was so like, big day tomorrow at whatever. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Man for himself.
I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll tell you this, man. See, the thing is, people complain that it's not scary enough. Now, I'm going to be fair and come in and say I can criticize and praise it for that remark right there. A lot of times, the actual horror in here for me, and again, that's why I have to cut people some slack because I'm a very particular person when it comes to horror. I'm not saying I'm a connoisseur. Supernatural just doesn't scare me all that much. And here, and Supernatural can scare me if you give me a lot of unknowns to work with. Craft it that way. But this still has a kind of don't let this pretty picture fool you right here. And all the nice cinematography and all the nice acting and whatnot. There's still a lot of jump scares going on.
Hell yeah, there are.
Yeah, and I'm talking about a lot of cheap jump scares. Most of them are from the American nanny, Danny, who every time she's looking around, she look like she's jumping from the ghost of Harry Potter.
All right, calm down, Joe.
Patronum, bitch!
It looks like Elijah Wood's character from Sin City.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it does. What gets me with that is like that keeps coming up. They do give us some backstory. They give that a lot of backstory. I'm not going to tell you what happens with that. I'm not going to tell you who dude is or anything, but they give this ghostly occurrence right here a lot of backstory. And then now y'all didn't get this far, but I'm going to tell you, it's dropped quickly and easily.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all those jump scares you see there's 3 solid episodes of her being Richard Pryor. All the time. I mean, you're like, okay, girl, you are not well. I don't know why you took this job in the first place. But I was like, okay, they keep showing this. Like, all we got is this scary guy with the glowing eyes. It's finally episode 4.
Yeah.
Where they tell you what that's all about. And that's where I left right before coming here. I was like, all right, well, now this is finally getting interesting, this whole thing. You telling me that's dropped?
That's dropped.
Right after that? Like
Yeah.
the one thing I said, okay, now we got something.
Let me just say this. I'm not going to tell you what happens with it, but I'm not lying. It's as simple as, well, I've had enough of you. I'm not lying. People, if you watched it, look, even if you liked it, am I lying? Chat, I just want you to tell me. If you watch this, and I'm not going against people who like this. I'm not. If you enjoyed it, that's fine. I'm just telling you why I couldn't get on board with this. But I'm not judging people or trying to argue with people. But tell me, am I lying? No. Tell me, am I lying? There was all that backstory with this. A whole episode setting this shit up. And then finally, there's one part she's just like, well, we're going to call it a day. That's it. Ta-ta. That's it.
She said to the ghost, Christ, is that the time?
Yeah, exactly. Chat, am I lying? No, like you're right. No, it's dropped. The writing in this is not very tight, and that could have been. That's something that even with what I'm telling you could have been handled, and they could have ended it just like the way I'm saying if this had been a tighter story. But it's not. If you dedicating a whole hour to goddamn Harry Potter over here, then that shit is not. It needs more of a resolution. It needs more of a payoff. It does not have that.
I mean, it was too long to set that up, and then to drop it, and then what? This 4 more episodes after this that have nothing to do with that.
And, it really is like spinning the whole thing, like you say, Richard Pryor and the whole thing. Not me, motherfucker. Every time this girl is slamming her mirror, she's like, and then we get to like, I was expecting a goddamn showdown between them. No, it was just kind of like, well, that's enough. And that is it. And he is gone. It was almost like, well, bitch, that's all you had to say.
Shit, bitch.
That's all you had to say. Shit, you want me around? Why didn't you say so? Shit, I thought I was gonna get some ass.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
You look like you want to give me some.
I don't get it. I don't think the writing in this. Now, I will tell you where this is creepy, where it's genuinely creepy. And it is somewhat of a good story later, but I wish it had happened earlier. They did not have to wait till episode 7 to actually give us the story of this mysterious, faceless woman that just likes to choke people the hell out and drag them to the water.
Oh, that's a part of this?
Yeah. Damn, she looked like she just roofied his ass at the bar. Shit, you going home with me today?
Yeah. Caught you slipping. Yeah. Should check the drink.
I'd help that mother, but shit, he gone.
I didn't know.
Next.
Yeah, shit, I ain't gonna be the black person that dies in
Yeah,
this.
he gone.
That mother gonna get wet. He gone.
Try to tell him.
That is genuinely creepy, and you don't know what's happening. She keeps showing up. There's clues of her presence around. That is what I'm talking about. Why? Because it's continuously set up. It's not a jump scare. There's actual traces that you have to put together, and then your mind is freaking out because you don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And I'm not spoiling anything because you see this. You see her wandering about, and that's what I like, man. I like when you can't explain something, when things are set up and you don't know what's happening with them, and I like it when they give stuff a backstory to explain them. Not just to scare you, but to make you feel for even the stuff that's supposed to be scaring you. Because that's one thing that I did appreciate about this. The more you get into this, if you're able to stick with it, and apparently a lot of people are, and that's just one of the reasons why I can see people enjoying this, at least the critics. This is not a horror show. It has horror elements in it, but it's more about the drama. What I appreciate about this is that this is more about the people stuck in purgatory. This is more about the ghost. This is going in talking about the ghost, their loves, their hopes, their dreams, and the realization that they will never achieve that. It's very tragic, man. It's to see that, and I like that. This is one of those things where they spent more time on the specters and the ghosts and whatnot instead of human beings. Mm-hmm. And it's beautifully tragic what they do here with that. But you don't need 9 goddamn hours to say that. I'll tell you that. I think that's why I think that if this was tighter, you'd have something that I would consider brilliant. You'd have something that was deeper than the average horror movie. You'd have something that is actually telling a story instead of constantly trying to give you some scares. 'Cause I don't mind drama being combined with horror. I think that's a good way of flipping this. But there's, again, with this being, like I said, 8 hours. With this being 8 hours right here, this is something where, let me see, hold on. This is something where with 8 hours, this is something where you see things starting to repeat themselves, man. They repeat scenes over and over again. They
Do they?
Yeah.
Because I kept feeling that way, but I was like, well, maybe I'm the one in a loop.
No, because these characters are, I'm not gonna say why, but there are certain scenes where you see the scenes done over and over again. Now, it is for a reason, but you see scenes being done over and over and over again to give these people a sense of a different reality. Always happen, always happen, always happen. And look, after the first couple of times, you get it, and it's very interesting what they do.
Here I'll be putting together everything myself. It'd be a great learning experience.
Haven't we already done this?
Too many goddamn times.
He looked, at least right there, looked at her like, well, you know that.
Yeah. It's people. That scene right there was repeated. Look, twice, I get it. 3 times, all right. You kind of pressing it, but okay. You got something to say. When you get around to about the 5th time, you looking like my man right here. It's like, come on, man. I got 5 more episodes to go. This is episode 4. I don't need to see the same scene being played over and over and over again. Again, you were padding out your time right here. Also, they give these long-ass speeches too, man. There's some long-ass speeches in this.
The scenes drag out, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say, because I only saw the one episode, but that scene in the pub with her and Henry Thomas before she gets to the house, I was like, God damn.
Oh,
It does go
And
on.
but they keep going in circles.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I noticed that. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
People, I'm going to give you a fraction, just the cut of a longer thing. People have origin stories, and they got to give you, their whole life of where they got to someplace. They got a chick in here. I forgot the character's name, don't know the actress's name, because I was trying to get this together after voting today. But she gives her whole backstory, and half of that shit, half of her backstory is talking about plants.
And it's so clear then. You pour your love and your effort and your nourishment into them. And you see where it goes.
I like the way your girl was. If you look earlier, she was saying, how do I let her know I don't give a face?
Right. You know, there's so many moments like that throughout this this show. Her going on in that long soliloquy.
Oh, did you see that scene?
Oh yeah. I
Like
saw
that-
this.
okay, so you know what I'm saying? That's a long ass scene,
No,
right?
It's a long ass. It's long enough.
It's talking about plants.
It's long enough, and I don't know about awkward, but it like made me stop where I don't normally do this, because usually I'm into it, but it made me realize, like, you know what? I've never sat and had somebody go on like that about their philosophy that went on elsewhere, because I would be pulling out my phone or looking away or finishing their sentences, because it's like, I got to get you on track to what it is you got to say to me. Even though I have nothing else to do, I don't have time to just sit here while you go off on a whole thing you've been thinking about for a while.
Pontificate. Yeah.
Even she's like, I'm sitting up here. It's the 80s. I ain't got no cell phone. I ain't got no watch.
Right.
I'm sitting up here in the middle of the dark ass woods. Ain't nothing else going on. And still, I'm sick of hearing your shit. I was going to fuck you until you start talking about these plants.
No, that is one of those things where you like, the only way I sit through that is if I think if I'm quiet enough, I might get some ass out of it.
Yeah.
But she goes on long enough to where I'd be like,
It's not worth it anymore. Your dick's
I'll
like,
tell you what,
I've checked out
Boy,
ages ago.
Christ, look at the time.
Yeah. But it's like,
She really
funny,
did.
the way she's listening to it, she's like, all right, now cut to the end where you change your name to Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
Start fighting Batman. Goddamn. I can't listen to this no more.
Yeah. Yeah, she's looking at her like, goddamn.
there's a lot in
Like,
here.
just hold on and get some ass.
Like all the attraction just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, she like this bitch is fine as hell, and I am just not aroused anymore.
Yeah, if I get with her, I'm gonna have to listen to stuff like this
all
all
the time. And I'm
All
not
the
even sure
time.
when it's going to happen tonight. I'm not sure I can hang on that long. For the initial. Even break the seal.
I'm glad. I'm glad we're lesbian because I'll be able to keep my mouth shut the whole time. Put this thing on.
Real good.
I'm just gonna sit on her face all night long.
Keep talking.
Yeah,
Good.
and she's still going. No. God damn it, shit.
Plants.
But besides the length, we've talked about the length in different aspects, such as with people giving speeches, scenes repeating themselves, the time itself, and also have given some compliments to this. Some of this is it's bad for other reasons for me. I mean, listen, as I said, you can be into this, man. You can love this. You can love this to death, but don't you dare look me in my face and tell me you didn't laugh at that fake ass British accent that Henry Thomas
Oh my
had.
God, man.
Okay, now you saw that.
Yeah. Lord Cucumber.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Henry Thomas. Listen, I go easy on accents because when somebody sees an American trying to do a British accent, even if they're doing well, for some reason they just want to hold that against them. They always want, because I've seen it happen. I've seen somebody that somebody thought was American and was actually British, and they say, "My God, that British accent is terrible." I was like, never mind.
right.
Yeah, man. And if somebody says that he's like an old version of that boy from E.T., that's because that is an old version of that boy from E.T. And he ain't that old, that is Henry Thomas from E.T. But thing is, man, I go easy on accents, man. I really do, and I want to support anybody who's trying to expand their acting range. And I've seen a lot of people do it well.
Yeah, plus Brits are coming over here in droves doing American
They're taking ours, hell yeah.
Bad ones, too.
Let's take our accent back. But and I kept giving him chances. I kept getting, and by the time we got to episode 5, I said it's enough. Enough is enough right here. That's because that episode 5. That's when you just got to throw up your hands. You got to admit that he sounds like an American doing a parody of the silly butler.
Yeah.
The silly. He sounds like American doing the Brit Butler. Boy, I say, you're just pathetic. There's even a point where his top jaw is hanging out.
It is.
His lips are pursed.
He's got that
He's got that British overbite. I say, are you the new nanny who's come to apply for the job?
Au pair.
Yeah. Oh yes, I'll pair.
That's the proper way.
But he started off okay. And I don't know if he got into a fight with his vocal coach on set. And they were like, all right, you do your goddamn self then. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
you think you know?
Yeah.
You think you know everything?
Enough's enough. I've got this, sir.
Well,
Exceptional, really. My niece and my nephew. Exceptional children.
Exceptional. You see that top lip? That top lip about to run out the room. Exceptional.
That's the best it is. That's the best it is. And then it gets worse than that.
Do you not think they're going to get enough of your silly calls? Oh, so you are just pathetic. And I was like, oh, God. It's bad when you get two of them arguing with each other. Because you get two bad accents.
For the price of
For the
one.
price of what? Just sit in a room, it's like two bad accents dueling with each other. Just leave me alone. No, I will not. Stop acting this way and get on with your life. I shall not. I was like,
I shan't. You shall.
Dick Van Dyke, eat your heart out.
Yeah, right. Somewhere he's all cackling somewhere.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh, I
you.
say, my accent is sillier than yours. No, it is not. I'm much sillier than you are, sir. No, you are not, sir. Shut the f*** up. Piss posh and poppycock. Y'all both shut the f*** up.
Yeah, Mary Poppins ain't so bad now, is it, motherfuckers?
Supernaturalness is just an excuse for anything to happen. They don't have any rules, especially. At the end.
That's the territory with Ghost. They can do anything, and they end up doing a whole lot of nothing up until the end.
Yep, that is true.
Just fuck with playing pranks.
Yeah.
Sneaking up behind you.
A lot of that.
Yeah, it's just there to make things convenient. They don't spend a lot of things, especially at the end. Now, if I was to tell you the end, why I think the supernatural here is so convenient, then I would spoil it for you. And I'm not going to say that right now. I don't know. It could be because of emotions. I don't know why. And maybe I missed it. I'll admit that. So maybe you can tell me why some people can see spirits and why some other people can't. Why some people just sit up there and just have a conversation with them. I don't know what the attachment is or the rules are. It didn't make sense to me. If they did explain it, then I'm cool with that. But I think the ending was kind of a cop out with some things. they play loose with the rules just to get people jump scares sometimes. As long as as long as you get a jump scare, cool. I tell you, the cast is worth watching, man. I don't know every actor's name here, but the cast was exceptional, man. You had I don't know what she's not the au pair. I guess you could the equivalent of the maid, the live-in help. Y'all know the character. I'm gonna just say it, the black chick. I don't know her name, but she was really good. The kids here, I thought, were pretty amazing because the kids have to take different. They have to take on different personalities, and some personalities are more mature than others. Like your boy here, Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, who plays Miles. Miles was a pimp. Miles actually was like, he was whispering in chicks' ears and shit and playing with their hair. Hey, girl, come see me. That was in the first episode, I think. He was doing it.
I think so.
It might have been the second one, but he was straight up.
I remember him doing that.
Yeah, he was straight up saying, so he was flirting with chicks, smoking cigarettes. He had a part of the table where he told everybody, he's like, I just need a stiff drink right now.
I know. Like, hey, let me get a drink. Oh, I suppose we could water down some wine and give it to him. I want a drink, goddammit.
I want a real goddamn
watered down shit.
I was like, even though Miles is like,
problem
because Miles is like 9, I was like, yeah, Miles, get him, shit. So people talking about watering their drink in front of you.
Well, shit, he's choking out kids at school.
I saw the trace in the choke.
Yeah. And then and killing animals, and when they call him on it, he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't cut that bitch's head off. Cut his guts and spray him everywhere."
He should did. He did.
Say so.
That mother did some. The hell with the I started to say like some WWE type thing, but no, he did some shit like a cop choking somebody out. He got them on the ground and looked at them like, "Die, bitch, die." Yeah. Calmly. It wasn't no real fight. Even kids stopped cheering. They're like, God damn.
Wait a minute. This is serious.
Yeah.
But the kids are very good. Flora, who's played by Mel B.S. Smith, she's really good. Like I say, they have to take on like roles that are that require them to be way more mature than they are, and they do it very well. And people are freaking out on the internet because of this girl right here, because people are just now realizing, because they were like, God, what have I heard this voice before? I know it from somewhere. Oh shit, that's Peppa Pig.
Oh, that's
I'm Peppa Pig.
Man, I miss cartoons when I was a kid. Cheap ass.
Some other people that you might recognize. We'll get to that in a little bit. I would say one of my favorite standout characters in this was the cook, the chef, Owen, who's played by Raul Coley. That guy was very, very charismatic, man. I liked him, but the thing is, he was charismatic, and they even said it in the show. They're like, this guy got panties dropping all around town, and he don't even know it.
Right.
He's just as goofy and just because Mark, he tells worse puns than you do.
Oh, I know. I saw him tell one, and the girl laughed, and her boyfriend was like, "Oh, you like that shit? You want to fuck him?" I was like, Jesus, man.
What you laugh at that shit for? Yeah,
Clearly that's happened before. That's why.
Yeah, that's
Not
true.
again. Goddamn it.
Yeah, my man he was funny, man. I liked him, man. I like this guy a lot. And some other faces in here that you might recognize. I don't know if you recognize this guy, Oliver Jackson Cohen.
Sounds familiar.
Who just got through smoking a lot of weed right now.
Yeah.
Eyes just as red. But because I saw him too, and I was like, I recognize this guy. You might recognize his face, but not his accent, because you might recognize the face from The Invisible Wife Beater.
Adrian wouldn't kill himself.
Listen, you're getting your freedom back, okay? Don't let him haunt you.
Hello?
Or maybe you didn't recognize him at all because I couldn't see that. It's called The Invisible Man, bitch.
Come here, bitch.
Where's it coming from?
Invisible Man. I'm barely in the movie.
Yeah, that's probably where you've seen him. I tell you, man, I said this before. It looks great. Just beautiful camera work that's going on in this. And I don't know if Mike Flanagan directed all of this, but Mike Flanagan, I think, came in. I think his name is all over this.
Yeah.
And I think he had to have directed some episodes. He's great for directing stuff that deals with supernatural, ghost stories, horror, because or even like fantasy. He's very atmospheric, man. We finally talked about Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, yeah.
which is what he directed.
They hurt people like
You know, I was just into how atmospheric that movie was too, and he does a great job on that, man. I tell you, you know, you hear me complaining about this, so you're probably saying, all right, well, everybody else likes it, so there's something wrong with you, and I agree with that. So why is everybody liking it, and why am I not haven't seen all 9 episodes? Because we can all agree, like, at least for us, first episode dragged a little bit. A lot, yeah. So somebody said he only did the first episode. So if he set up the tone for the rest of the episodes, that's great, because everybody who directed every episode after that, I don't know all the names, but they did an astonishingly great job on the atmosphere and the cinematography here. Everybody did great.
I was like, all right, it's gonna take a while, and especially with the tone the first episode set up, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna get a lot of genuine scares here.
Yeah.
And yeah, the atmosphere is creepy, but not really all the time. The drama, all of it just wasn't having momentum.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble attaching to this, and I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm just watching stuff play out, but just slowly. It's like things are happening, but I didn't feel a build in it.
Yeah. Also, I think that some people are into this because it has a progressive storyline here. You know, there's a lesbian subplot going on. So I think, you know, with that happening.
Now that she keeps talking, it ain't.
Yeah. You about to mess this up. Yeah.
Fuck it, never mind.
Yeah, you know. I think that, you know, with having a lesbian relationship in here, I think people, you know, they want to support, and I get that. And like I said, man, it looks good. So with all the, you know, getting the the foggy countryside, the haunted house, all the elements there that people really like with horror, especially around Halloween time. You know, I think people are in the mood to like this. I think Netflix, but this is across the board, they need to like recognize, like, if you don't have a full 8 episodes or something, let's forget 13. Let's talk about 8. You don't have a full 8 episodes or something. Or if it could be leaner and tighter with the, I don't know, 5, 3, 4, you know, let's work from there.
Yeah.
You know,
4 sounds good.
4. I guarantee you, this could have been done in 4 episodes. Mm-hmm. And I probably would have loved it, man.
14, got it.
Yeah. But that, like I said, man, it feels like Netflix is playing a numbers game. You know,
Well, you know, they got all that money now too.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when studios, and they get that all that money in their coffers, and they get a period piece, or they got something that they really, you know, especially when it's visually beautiful like that, they're like, oh, we're gonna show this shit off.
Well, well, I mean,
you
plus
know,
they
the writing takes a back seat.
They know, hey, if you'll watch 4, you'll stick around for 8.
Sure.
We got you.
Yeah.
Especially now, and because, you know, a lot of TV shows and movies that do not deserve the love they get it during Halloween. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Something gets into people during Halloween, and these
Horror
mediocre
fans
movies
are just
become amazing.
less discriminating than other people.
That's true.
Yeah. There was some discussion. Now, what is this actress's name? Because I don't want to say too much, because I think there's a lot of mystery that if you want to watch this, and again, I know a lot of people love this, so I want you to enjoy it. But this actress's name, somebody said the other black chick.
That's fucked up.
But because I didn't have time to go and look at everybody's names here. But what's this actress's name? I didn't mention her because there's a lot of reveal. But I will tell you this: her character got on my nerves. I didn't like it. That's another reason why I didn't say no.
She was too wishy-washy.
She really was, man. She was weak. She was crying. You know, she just stupid. Just stupid. Not a strong character at all. She really got on my nerves, man. Tahira Sheriff. I'm not saying anything about the actress. Beautiful actress, beautiful woman. And did well with the role. Her character is just shitty. I just didn't like it. I just, I one of those things where everything that happened to her, I was like, good. You deserved it, because you ain't thinking. and
you got hired to do a job. Focus on the work. And
this actress's name, just to give some respect, what is her name? Because I really did enjoy her, man. The housekeeper there. I thought she was again one of the biggest emotional plot points in the movie that made me.
The housekeeper who dresses like she runs a fashion magazine.
I know.
For real, exactly. Yeah. I was like, so what, it's like she said Vogue or some shit.
Let me see here.
First scene.
Yeah. To Nia Miller. she's very good, man. So listen. I don't get it, and I confess that. I don't think, and I don't want to take that away from anybody out there who actually enjoyed this. I'm just telling you, man. Even with everybody liking this and saying it's good, I think overall, man, they can get. We can all be satisfied if they just pretty much go in and make it shorter. Simple as that. I don't think they have something great here. It's just too goddamn long. If I had to give this a rating, for Bly House or Bly Manor, whatever the hell it is.
Blah.
Yeah. The Haunting of Bly Manor. I give it a rental. Like I said, there's some things in there I admire, some things in there that I like. So yes, it's a rental, straight up rental. Don't hate it, don't love it. It has some big faults in there. Martin, what do you think?
Well, since I've seen less than half, I don't feel comfortable, but it would be a low rental.
All right.
I mean, I guess I can't in good conscience give it some old bullshit, since maybe things could turn around in the last half. But.
Yeah, Billy, what about you?
One episode.
Rate the first episode.
That episode, seriously, yeah.